Here are more core components that we're going to define in this video where we describe availability zones. These are physically separate data centers in a single Azure region, and they provide high availability and fault tolerance by isolating resources across physically separate data centers within a region. So as you saw in a previous picture where I showed an Azure data center complex, there were multiple different data centers, but they were all within the same region. However, they may not be effective in protecting against large-scale regional disasters that can impact all the zones simultaneously. You could have high-intensity earthquakes or tornadoes, and they can cause widespread destruction across an entire region. Azure has at least 3 availability zones in each region, and they're defined by the unique name as Zone 1, 2, and 3, as you saw in the previous video. And here's a graphic of an availability zone in an Azure complex. And you can see zones 1, 2, and 3. Some also used synchronized region pairs to support aspects of disaster recovery, just in case in the unlikely event that a region experiences a catastrophic and unrecoverable failure. Now let's talk about redundancy, zone redundancy. You've got redundant storage and databases. When you have availability sets, you have multiple virtual machines in different racks in the same data center. So what that means is you have hosts that are sitting in different racks, hosting Hyper-V virtual machines, and the high availability is just going to be for the host itself. So if there's a problem with the entire data center, then this will not help you. But if you have a problem with just the host, then it does add high availability there. So what are the difference between availability sets and zones? Zones are in different data centers in the same region, whereas sets are in the same data center but in different racks. So you can see how zones would definitely give you more protection in case of a disaster than sets would, but of course it's going to also be more expensive. I've gone back into the Azure portal, and here you can see availability set. So I just typed that into the search box at the top, and here you can create an availability set. After creating an availability set, then it will be available to you when you go to create your virtual machines. So once again, you've got a couple of different options here. So you've got availability set, which gives you a logical grouping of virtual machines that have fault isolation for many possible failures. And then it shows you that virtual machine scale set, which allows you to have load-balanced VM groups with workload optimization across multiple availability zones. Creating the availability set and the virtual machine scale set does not cost anything, but when you add in those virtual machines or those applications, whatever it is that you're going to be adding in that are going to be synchronized in other areas, that's where the expense gets added.